Hello everybody, this is the thejonnymar, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI Advance. So last time we finished up with the ancient castle, and we also took on one of the optional espers in this version of the game. And today, we're going to be heading over to the Fanatic Tower. So this is a cult of Kefka, a bunch of people that are worshipping him, and as you'll notice, all of my characters are wearing reflect rings, because one of the interesting little things about this tower, and we'll be back for you later, Strago, is that you only are allowed to use magic while you're climbing. So you're going to fight on the way up certain characters that are called level 20, 30, 40, 50, etc. magic users. And we already got the safety bit before. There's actually a hidden switch here that'll allow us to get Edgar's secret tool, or the last tool that's available for him. And that is the air anchor. It's supposed to be his ultimate tool, but it's really not that useful. Basically what you have to do is use it on an enemy, and if they make any type of move after you use it on them, it's supposed to instant kill them. But it doesn't work on enemies that resist instant kills, so it's very limited in its usefulness. So we're going to continue to climb this tower, and obviously I have the Moogle Charm on Mog, so that I do not have to take on any of the baddies, because it can be very long, very tedious, and very draining if you actually fight all these battles. Genji Shield, awesome. That'll be a Coliseum item that we go after once our party members are a little bit more powerful. You can trade a Thunder Shield for Genji Shield, so I'll be doing that in the near future. But yes, I used to do this the old-fashioned way without the Moogle Charm, and it would take like an hour to an hour and a half, and there's no save points, and so if you get all the way to the top and then you're coming down again, and you die, you have to redo the whole thing. And we have a dragon to take on. And we get a new sword too. So this is a ninja sword for Shadow, called the Kaganui, maybe? Randomly cast stop. So that's helpful, I guess. Let's take on this other red dragon, which apparently is a white dragon called the Holy Dragon. So this is an incredibly easy fight, as you might expect. Since I have reflect rings on all of my characters, this creature only has magic spells. And when you have reflect cast on yourself, you constantly cast dispel to try to get rid of that status. And you can actually cast mute on him, and he won't be able to basically do anything. And so the developers are kind of weird, giving you boss fights where you can cast kind of debilitating status ailments like mute on the character. So I am going to try to conserve MP, and if you bounce a spell like Fire 3 your characters, it'll actually do more cumulative damage than just one character. Now you can just cast it directly on the dragon too. That would work as well, but again it would do a little bit less damage. So get used to seeing Faraga, or however you pronounce it, because I'm going to be using that with each of my characters. Although, I guess, I mean, it's doing around 3,000. That's probably equivalent to a flare spell. But ah well, I'll just keep doing this. No big deal. And interestingly, the Holy Dragon is pretty much the only of the dragons that you can actually encounter on the Veldt as well. So you can actually get it as a rage for Gao. And you can steal from it too. I think it has a Holy Lance or something as its rare steal. But obviously we can't steal now. Even if we would have brought Locke, all of our abilities are locked. So we can only use magic. Yes, keep casting Holy on yourself. You'll get a little bit of a heal, but in the end it's not going to help you, dragon. You're going down very soon. My favorite incantation animation is Edgar's. I really like how he's kind of holding his cape out to the side like that. It's really cool. Bam! There we go. So So that is 5 dragons down and 3 to go, and actually only 1 more to go until we enter the final dungeon. So we'll be getting to that one soon enough. But we get our 10 magic points and also a Holy Lance. Awesome. That is pretty much the best spear in the game and a good one for Mog. As you can see, it raises his magic. So good deal. Let's equip that and move on. I definitely have fond memories of fighting that dragon because with the reflect rings, you're basically invulnerable since it doesn't have a physical attack. And they actually allow you to cast a status ailment on the boss of this area as well, which basically cripples him. So we're going to be taking advantage of that one though, because if you don't, he is a big pain in the butt. So we should be pretty near to the top. I think it's just up these stairs. There we go. So head inside and grab Kefka's secret treasure, the Soul of Thamasa. Or I don't remember what it was called in the original, but it allows you to cast X magic or dual cast so that you can cast 2 magic spells in a row. Definitely a great ability that, you know, basically we're going to be using in the upcoming battle with Re-Raise, because the boss we're going to fight in a second has a Ultima spell that he uses as a counter when you finish him off. And unless you are super high level, you are not going to be able to survive that, because it does a ton of damage. Why are you guys stopping me? So they want me to put it back. Well, nuts to that, I'm keeping it. And what the hell is that guy? Well, that is our boss, unfortunately. Not our dragon, as Sephiroth says in Final Fantasy VII, but it's a palette swap of an enemy we fought earlier in the game called the Mage Master. Now this guy uses a magic barrier switch that he alternates throughout the fight. And so what you want to do is cast Berserk on him. This will lock him into his current weakness that he has so that you can exploit it with elemental spells. Plus it'll prevent him from being able to actually cast magic on you, which means he is essentially powerless, since his physical attacks are going to do hardly any damage whatsoever to you. And he'll go down pretty fast once we start casting Ultima, but I want to make sure I have Re-Raise or Life 3 on all my characters first. But we will start whittling him down with the big U in the meantime. And we'll bounce a couple spells off too. So, a Soul of Thamasa used to be called the Gem Box. Not sure why they changed that in the translation. Just like changing the offering to the Master Scroll. But whatever. And there we go. Now we're all afflicted with the Re-Raise ability, which means once he gets off his counter Ultima when we kill him, we all should come back from the dead. Which, being berserked, you shouldn't be able to cast magic. So I'm not sure how he's able to pull that off, but whatever. Now, an alternate to the Re-Raise, I definitely encourage you to go that route. It is the easiest one to do. But if you just are impatient, or maybe even you're feeling a little bit daring, another way you can go with this fight is to continue to cast other spells until he's very close to dying. And then, once he's got a little bit of HP left, you can actually cast the Palador Esper, the one you get from Solitary Island. And that does an ability called, like, Sonic Wing or something like that. And it's his Ultima spell, which will take all your characters into the air and you'll actually jump on them. And you can kill them off that way. And that'll make all the characters that haven't actually come down and jumped on him, they will survive the Ultima attack. But I went this route. Success. Go team. And a Mega Elixir. So I'm going to heal up quickly, and I will meet you down at the bottom of the tower, so you don't have to watch me walk all the way down there. Alright, so I did some party swapping. I put Realm into my group so that now we can get Strago back. So obviously Strago thought that everyone had died, and so his way of kind of coping with that was to mindlessly join this group of fanatics. But with the return of Realm, we're able to knock him out of it. And she's got a mouth on her. Which apparently is endearing to Strago. And look at his reaction here. Quite spry for a 70-year-old. Nope. Don't just leave it to us whippersnappers. Come with us. Alright, so I'm going to equip Strago really quick, and then I'm going to meet you over at Solitary Island where we're going to pick up some lores. So a couple of key lores that I want to make sure that I get for Strago, you can actually get on the island here. You want to make sure you have Realm and Strago in your party, because you're going to have to use Realm's sketch ability to actually enact the abilities. Because the characters you're going to fight will not use them on their own because they don't have enough MP to do so. So the first one is in the desert here. And you're going to fight a sand ray-like enemy that's in the back of formations. And no one's near level up, so that's good. The enemies here only give you 1 experience point per fight anyway, but there's our land ray. So quickly sketch it, and you'll either use the ability we want, called, alright, Mighty Guard or Big Guard. Great ability. So we got it successfully. Otherwise, you'll use a tail attack, which obviously is not what we want. And I'm actually going to equip Strago with the Moogle suit and Realm. We're going to have 3 Moogles in our party. Take advantage of that while we can. So it's Celeste and 3 Moogles. And then the other enemy in this area we can learn a spell from is the... not the Black Dragon. Yeah, this thing is a little bit more powerful, and I don't want to level up, so I am going to run. Like the coward that I am. Get out of there, Moogles. But it's the Peeper, which I have genocide to uncurse my cursed shield to turn it into the Paladin shield. I've killed many of these Peepers. So again, you want to sketch it before they die, because they do only have 2 HP. You can see they'll die off like that, so now we're going to have to do another battle. But they use that White Wind ability. So when you sketch them, you have a chance of actually doing that on your own party. And as soon as Strago sees the ability used, he will learn it, assuming that he survives the battle. Alright, a preemptive. So do it. Yes. And really, besides one more lore that we're going to be getting in my next episode, that is basically it in terms of the lores I learned for Strago. I don't really get a lot of them because they're very situational and, in my opinion, not very helpful. So you can choose to do that if you want. I'm going to stick with my main ones, but we're going to land outside of Thamisa. That's where we're going to go in my next episode, and we're going to finish off Strago and Realm storyline. So look forward to that, viewers. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.